is on his way. He admitted to feeling nervous beforehand. The butterflies are churning in the stomach. But soon, after all the weeks, the long weeks of talking, now he has to perform. They're playing that tune again. Billy Graham behind him, the trainer that's guided him all the way to this blockbuster. The last few steps here of a boxing fantasy which started on a Manchester council estate and ends in this huge Las Vegas fight against the man who is currently the best fighter on earth in Floyd Mayweather. And that title is one that Hatton could inherit tonight with a win.
Yeah, I think one of his big problems tonight, in every one of his 43 fights that he's won, he's known exactly how to prepare for those fights. But how do you prepare for Floyd Mayweather? Obviously his plan is to be the aggressor, but what happens if Floyd Mayweather meets him in the centre of the ring, as he did with Oscar De La Hoya, and plays his back at him? Does he have a plan B, or will plan A be good enough?
I think they have planned for everything. There's Marco Antonio Barrera, a big mate of Ricky Hatton, who's been in dressing rooms in his fights, touches gloves with the big stars. Matthew Macklin, boxer himself. Hostile reception for Mayweather. I wonder whether that just might light his fires a bit more.
All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight over good sportsmanlike conduct on both the fighters and the cornermen. You understand? Give me a clean fight. I'll bring back a man to the old time. Remember, guys, I'm fair, but I'm firm. Touch him up.
After all the talk, hugely long build-up, we are at last ready to go. Ricky Hatton has fought this fight in his head 1,000 times. Now he has to do it for real. His mum and dad are there. So's his girlfriend Jennifer, watching, waiting nervously, as I suspect are all of you at home who've waited up all night to see this. Here we go at long last. Can Hatton apply the pressure that he's been looking for? And straight away, he looks to just show his physical strength on Floyd Mayweather, who's got these wonderfully fast hands.
Oh, watch the roller, guys.
Listen to the noise around this arena.
Well, the Mayweather said they won't lose to a man who doesn't have a jab. Well, Ricky Hatton's just landed a solid jab there.
Bring up, clean.
Hatton proved that he belongs in the Premier League when he beat Cortez as he takes a left hand. Tonight he has to prove that he belongs in the Champions League.
All right, let him out, clean. Let him out. Floyd, let him out.
Well, already, Ian, I'm spotting jokers that Cortez is a little bit too busy. He was jumping in there before he knew if they were going to throw punches. Hope he's not going to be too busy and ruin Ricky Hatton's chances here.
Hatton needs to set up his attacks with the jab. It's vital. Oscar De La Hoya, his promoter, told him that from his experience with Mayweather.
See, I think a big difference, Ian, when Mayweather makes a mistake, he doesn't take the counter, he gets himself out of there. When Ricky makes a mistake, he gets caught with it. And that's happened a couple of times already.
Yeah, quick blow from Mayweather, then another right hand, and then slips away again. He's been clever. He looked the coolest in the pre-fight ring entrances. Tries to get that jab going, but he just can't corner Mayweather at the moment. There he gets in at him at the first time, but straight away Mayweather just ties him up.
But look how quickly Joe Cortez is getting in on the action. I don't like...
Oh, the jab knocks Mayweather right off balance. He looked troubled by that. It was a heck of a jab from Hatton, and it sent Mayweather reeling, and that has sent the British fans here wild. That is a big moment for Hatton.
Well, Mayweather has learned something, and he's learned it early. Ricky Hatton is far better than he thought he was.
Mayweather's balance betrayed him as that jab came in from Hatton. That was Hatton's best moment so far. He has to watch the cuts as well here, Ricky Hatton. It's been a problem for him many times in his career.
But that will have given him a little bit of confidence. He hasn't landed too often. Mayweather probably landed the more clean punches in the opening round here. But I think that the main punch that was landed, the hurtful one, came from Ricky Hatton.
Hey, no hit behind the head.
Hitting behind the head, a little warning from Joe Cortez, who's been a top referee for 25 years. There's the first left hook to the body from Hatton. That might make him feel better. He just might need a bit of time to settle here in this rarefied atmosphere. Oh, cracking right from Mayweather there. The hand spin is walking onto a few. Back comes Hatton with a right hand. And another right on the bell, and referee Joe Cortez has to dive in and separate them, and I fancy that Mayweather got the better of it there.
Yeah, he landed two beautiful right hands right on the bell, but I think Hatton will have made the point he wanted to make. I think Mayweather landed more clean punches.
Screw shot's working, slip it straight as they come in, that's working, slip it jab, slip it straight, slip it screw shot, yeah? Don't go crazy yet, watch that for anything, there will not set it to the body.
Keep turning. All you doing is keep pot shotting.
Well, I've just heard one of the comments saying, don't worry about it. So obviously he's complained about something, he's worried about something. What is it he's not too worried about?
Certainly had a look of shock on his face as he went reeling against those ropes from that jab, which caught him badly off balance more than anything. But it was a good moment for Hatton in the opening round, but he did have trouble with Mayweather's hand speed, his renowned hand speed. Here's round two. Hatton looking to apply pressure, become just too hot to handle. Oh, it's a good left hand from Hatton there.
Let him go clean, guys. No rough stuff inside.
No rough stuff inside, says Joe Cortez. The referee will be important tonight. He has to let Hatton fight his fight, which will largely be on the inside if it goes his way anyway.
When he goes down,
As soon as they get together, Mayweather is intentionally going down and the referee's breaking him. This is great stuff from Ricky.
Got in with a left hook there, and again he looked a little bit flustered on the ropes, just blinked a little as it landed, Mayweather. One thing he might have underestimated about Hatton is his speed on the way in.
Mayweather, Ian, is not enjoying this. You can see that look in his face as a kind of shocked look. He was not expecting the tenacity. Again, punches were being thrown.
Time. Come here. All right, guys, I'm going to tell you right now. I don't need enough time for you inside.
Joe Cortez is on the case, isn't he? And it's not working for Hatton. There's the jab. He didn't elude that, Mayweather. There are encouraging signs here for the hitman early on here.
All right, get him down. Hold it.
The least thing you can say about Mayweather is he's looking very, very uncomfortable, struggling to cope with the speed of Hatton and the work rate.
Hatton says my heart will have to explode before I stop coming forward, but there he came forward right onto a punch.
He walks in a straight line there. He has to be careful of that, obviously. Mayweather will quite soon realise he's going to have to step forward and meet Ricky Hatton, get his punches off first. Hatton is too quick to counter, so Mayweather must realise. See, that's what he's doing there. He's leading off with the punches now, Mayweather.
Got him with the right hand there, Mayweather again. There's no doubt the Mayweather camp have been in Joe Cortez's ear about not letting Hatton get too rough on the inside, and he stopped him again there. Oh, there'll be a row about this later, I'm sure, but let's concentrate on what's going on.
Now, Ian, I don't like the way Joe Cortez is handling this. As soon as they're together, he's breaking them up. Let the guys fight inside.
Well, Well, we thought it might be a problem. It is a problem for Hatton because he's not being allowed to fight his fight on the inside. And there's another timeout.
All right, you guys are doing too far, too much dirty fighting, too much wrestling. You got almost at 80 points. 5 minutes.
How can you warn both fighters you're going to take a point? What a piece of nonsense. I've never heard such a referee piece of nonsense. Both guys are going to get a point taken from him. What is he about?
Well, let's hope that Joe Cortez isn't going to spoil this fight. Showing signs that he might. Hatton just has to concentrate on the job, not worry about that. He's doing okay so far. He knew he'd have to take some, but he says he'll keep walking through them. He can't take too many, though.
And I think he's doing better than okay in this round.
It's a good round for Hatton.
Listen, all he's going to do is press.
It's
All
a
he's going to do. He
frenetic
can't fight. He's going to
atmosphere
press.
in here, it really is.
Correct.
And then at the moment, Joe Cortez in the other corner is talking to Hatton.
He's already been to Mayweather's corner, and he's been to both, to be fair to him.
Oh, I didn't see that, sorry, Jim. But he's fussy, isn't he, tonight?
Ricky is the one trying to achieve momentum, and he keeps breaking that momentum. This suits Mayweather.
Leonard Ellerby said he's the only one wrestling, Joe, talking about Hatton when Cortez went into the Mayweather corner. This is round 3.
When you get the arms over the shoulder, don't punch.
I cannot believe how quickly the referee is breaking into the action here.
Here he goes again, and there's a right hand back after the referee had tried to step in. Frankly, I think Cortez is having a nightmare so far here.
Let him out, hey.
He's not even giving them time to see if they're going to throw a punch. He's jumping right in on them.
This is where Hatton wants to be, laying on Mayweather's chest, trying to wrap him up, bustle him up, make him uncomfortable, take him to a place he hasn't been before in his whole career.
Mayweather is a classy operator, a thinking fighter. He does not like working at this pace.
Stop.
Ricky's doing exactly what his plan, I assume, must have been.
Fighting from bell to bell as he looks to pull off the biggest upset by a British boxer since Lloyd Hannigan beat Don Curry, the Mayweather of his time, in 1986, 21 years ago. That was at welterweight too.
Okay, Mayweather is difficult to catch cleanly, but he has been negative. He's surviving good shot there, just as I said that from Mayweather.
This is where Hatton wants to be. This is working well for him. Doesn't like this, I don't think, Mayweather. He's got to watch a counter, but this is what Hatton wanted to do, to wrap him up. The referee is very quickly trying to stop him doing that most of the time so far.
Why did the referee come in there? The shot went over his head. He's breaking the action every other second.
Stop right there.
But Hatton is succeeding in making this a rough fight. He wants to drag Mayweather down into the back alley and mug him.
Put your hand over your head, don't hit him,
Mayweather is diving down, and Hatton has been told not to lean on, not to press down on his shoulders.
Floyd, watch that elbow inside.
He's not giving Mayweather, though, the time for his slick skills. There's a right hand, though. There's another left hand, then another right. That's more what we're used to seeing from Mayweather. Fantastic boxing, and he's so quick with the hands that you can't get the head out of the way. Not even De La Hoya could.
That's why I'm surprised that Mayweather hasn't tried to step forward and be like, is that eye damage? From just behind, I see some eye damage in Ricky's right eye.
Hatton is cut.
And Ian, it's the punch that caused it. It's the punch that caused it, no question.
Cut man Mick Williamson will be called into action again. Let's hope it's not a bad one. We'll try to get a closer look at that. Suddenly Mayweather exploded into action and showed some real class there. Dramatic stuff here all the way, one way and another. There's the cut. That's not too bad.
Still the same stuff.
You're right, Ian, it's not too bad, but at the same time, it's not too good. Will that affect Ricky? I don't think so. He's had bad cuts before, but with the slashing type punches from Mayweather, it's in an area, it's right on the bone, and it could worsen.
Because you're stronger than him. Yeah, you understand? You only was going to be hard early, yeah?
The right hands from Mayweather stopped Ricky right in his tracks. They were solid, they were well delivered. and Ricky felt them. Bang! Look at the power on that one. Never mind the eye damage. Ricky instinct is to grab as soon as it lands, and he's cuffed it with another one. I thought he won that round on what rate, but that was a couple of damaging punches coming back from Mayweather.
But Hatton is holding his own in the fight. He's not being outclassed or anything like that. That was a fear for some people. He's always been pretty easy to hit, Hatton. That's because he operates in the zone in front of you, like some kind of Manchester Mexican. It has to be pressure with some skills. It has to be head movement on the inside. Billy Graham swears he has that capacity to do that, a la Roberto Duran against Sugar Ray Leonard.
Ricky's not finding the target in there. He's been little uppercuts, classy looking shots. That was better.
But Mayweather pinned in a corner, being roughed up, but he has to do stuff while he's in there, Hatton, and that blood flows from the cut again, and that blood could flow into the eye and obscure the vision. That's the problem.
Get him out, Ricky.
And he's just mentioned Ricky's name 5 times in the turn there, Joe Cortez.
What's that elbow? What's that elbow, Floyd?
Watch the elbow. This time Floyd Mayweather got a little warning from Cortez.
Mayweather is so accurate with that right hand, but you can't tell Ricky to be careful, because if he's careful, he'll lose his momentum and it will be outboxed. This is the way he has to keep fighting.
Right hand from Hatton, but back comes Mayweather again, who happened to work well on the inside. Mayweather says he can boss the fight anywhere he wants to, outside or inside. Let's see.
Beautiful jab from Mayweather, followed by the left hook. Ricky's just a little bit too open, but he has to stay in the zone. He cannot alter his tactics. This is the only way he's going to win the fight. Exchanging punches there.
It's intense pressure from Hatton, but at the moment he hasn't made a serious dent on Mayweather, who's landing the cleaner shots, maybe the more eye-catching shots for the judges.
I worry for Ricky when the pace slows. This pace, look at he's been caught so cleanly now. It's when the pace slows that we really have to start worrying for Ricky Hatton. He's doing on what rate, he's doing on energy and drive, but when he has to slow, this could turn nasty for him.
I think he's got ragged in this round. The cut's a problem. He's walked onto too many punches. He can't afford to do that. This is not a good round for Ricky Hatton. Of course, a light middleweight, a good light middleweight, a top middleweight in Oscar De La Hoya, light middleweight, I should say, couldn't make a dent in Mayweather. And Hatton, of course, is really a light welterweight coming up. This is a bad round for him. And here Mayweather is showing signs of teeing off on him a bit.
He's also showing signs that he can match Ricky for strength. This really is a bad round for Ricky Hatton. Lost his way a little bit in this round.
Has Mayweather taken his measure here? Can Hatton come again? It's not working for him at the moment. The corner will know that. Fifth round. They did bank on Hatton being the stronger man if he could get to the inside, and Mayweather did show signs of coping with that in the last round. This is a man who's been operating at this weight for a while now, and even above it in that last fight, as we were mentioning.
Well, Ricky's punches have been caught in the shoulder and the arms, but he's the one throwing punches. So if he can keep doing this, he's going to win the round on what rate. Good shot from Hatton.
Hatton is just banking on the fact that this kind of bustling pressure will sicken Mayweather in the end, that something will break, but no signs of it yet.
No, well, a boxing match, he's not going to win a boxing match. But the problem is in the second half of the round, when the pace slows, that's when Mayweather's accuracy becomes the big problem. See, it's difficult. You can say there's not enough method what Ricky's doing, but he can't take time to look for method. He just has to throw himself on Mayweather and hope he can do this for 12 rounds.
It's one thing sparring with sparring partners who ape Mayweather's style, quite another fighting him. This is better though from Hatton in this round. It's gone better than that last round.
Well, he's not been stopped in his tracks, but beautiful clean punches this time. He's stopped. He's not allowed Mayweather to work in this round so far.
Mayweather doesn't like to take time off. They noticed that watching the tapes of him. But Hatton is trying to make him fight 3 minutes of a round, bell to bell.
Not seeing Ricky going to the body as much as expected. The fact that he's getting close so often, I wonder why he's not targeting the body a little bit more.
Looking for that big sweeping left hook. It whistled past the end of Mayweather's chin.
Well, they complained or they talked about the size of the ring. Doesn't matter. This is telephone box stuff.
Mayweather comes out of his corner, got his jab going, but only one punch. He's looking to line up Hatton with the right hand. There needs to be more head movement from Hatton.
Ricky is expending so much energy here. How long can he do this? Because this is the only way he's going to win this.
Yes, what happens if suddenly the candle starts to burn low for Hatton and he can't keep up this intensity in the later part of the fight? Mayweather is weathering the storm so far and maybe at times doing rather better than that with his fast punches.
Get him out, let go, Ricky. All right, break out.
It's rough, it's dirty on the inside, and it's dramatic. Who'd be Ricky Hatton's parents? Living every second. Look at Carol, and there's Dad Ray. They've been there all the way through, but this really is the big fight, even bigger than the Kostya one. She just hopes he's all right at the end of it. That's the truth, isn't it?
Yeah, this must be torture for any parent.
Sixth round. Maybe Hatton won the last round with his pressure. Mayweather didn't come back with too much.
I thought he prevented Mayweather from working for most of that round. He wasn't finding the target all the while, but he was doing the work.
Absolutely vital, Jim, that Hatton can sustain this for the 12 rounds.
Yeah, because I don't think there's any other way to beat Mayweather. Mayweather's still looking strong. He's not wasting energy. Ricky's the one who is wasting energy because these are the tactics he has to adopt. I'm becoming concerned about the second half of the fight when the pace slows. Well, Mayweather still have the sharpness and energy to tee off. Good left hook from Mayweather, good right hand as well.
Yeah, clever on the counter, that's what he's about. It still Hatton's there where he wants to be on his chest, looking to turn this into some kind of barroom brawl. It's a roughhouse fight. Is another warning coming up from Joe Cortez. And a point off for Hatton. A point deducted for Hatton. Punching behind the head is what he's given that for.
Mayweather is pulling away from punches. He's ducking under punches. He is causing the fouls, and Hatton is being punished for them.
Hatton trying to demonstrate that. It's the first point he's had deducted in his whole
career. That was the shoulder from Hatton. He's going to be pulled up again. No, he wasn't.
I think Hatton thinks he's fighting Joe Cortez as well in there. He mustn't get too adrenaline-fueled. He's angry in there now, Hatton.
But this is a terrible performance by the referee. He's been on Hatton's case all the while. He's made it look as though he's on both guys' cases, but he's not. It's favouring Mayweather the way he's refereeing this.
Let's go.
Hatton says that he will be able to pace this.
Mayweather's ducking below the waistline and drawing Joe Cortez in to break the action. He should be penalised for ducking below the waist.
Yes, I mean, his case, Hatton, is that Mayweather's turned his back on him. That's why he's got caught around the back of the head.
That was a solid left hook bang on Ricky's chin. Floyd Mayweather is laying the traps and Joe Cortez is walking right in. A point deduction, a disgrace.
The referee is getting some stick from the British fans here, and I have to say, not undeserved.
Ricky took a tremendous left hook just about 20 seconds or so ago. He's hanging in there. I wonder if he's still feeling the effects of that.
He said going into this, I'll be oblivious to pain, didn't he? I'll walk through it all. I'll keep coming all night till he's sick of me.
Ricky is going to have to be very careful. He cannot stand any more point deductions here.
Can't afford it. Not at all. The crowd, the British fans are trying to lift Hatton. He can hear that. He landed with a left hook in close. The elbows are flying. It's a dirty fight on the inside. It really is. What a roughhouse. Joe Cortez steps in. There's booing around the arena. Hatton says something to Mayweather at the end of the round, and he might have said something to the referee as well. Possibly, I'm sure he felt like it.
Mayweather is completely conning Joe Cortez, and I don't know if he's susceptible to it or he's quite happy about it, but I think this has been ridiculous refereeing.
With a point off is not 2 down, right? That's with a what? Putting 2 down, that's with the point off. Me 2 down. That's with the point off. I'm telling you guys, I'm going to start taking some points.
This was up close action. That was the elbow from Mayweather. Now, he didn't even land the punch. The punch landed on the ropes. And Mayweather is ducking where he shouldn't be. A punch did not land.
It didn't even land.
Didn't land.
It didn't even land, and he deducted a point. Well, they still believe anyway, but that's damage to Hatton on the scorecards here. Still not a mark on him, Floyd Mayweather. You can't believe it, can you, at this stage in his career? He doesn't look as if he's had a single fight, let alone, what is it, the 39th tonight. Between them, 81-0, these two, with 55 knockouts.
Oh, stop, I said stop. Hey, come on, Ricky.
Yeah, there you go, 56, 57. For Mayweather, that was an expensive round. The previous one was an expensive round for Ricky Hatton.
Hatton didn't believe it when Billy Graham said, I think you're 2 points behind in the corner. I think he thinks he's winning the fight with his pressure.
Because he's thrown so many punches, but a lot of the punches are not landing on the target. They've been caught in shoulders, and the eye-catching punches are being thrown by Mayweather, and that's a problem because those impress the judges. Another good right hand from Mayweather. See, that's the difference. Mayweather's is landing cleanly. Ricky's are not.
But this pressure might be impressing the judges. By the way, our American colleagues, HBO, have Hatton a point up at this stage. So they're seeing something a little different. These rounds are open to interpretation.
Of course they are, but Ricky may be just becoming a little bit ragged. A little bit more control I would like, although it's difficult.
He's still piling on the pressure, though. He's still asking the questions of Mayweather. He's still making this a very nasty experience, an uncomfortable experience for Floyd Mayweather. But so far, like the champion he is, Floyd Mayweather has coped with it.
Well, good right hand from Ricky. There's no starting Mayweather shots coming back here.
Could there be another scenario, Jim, where Hatton does wear Mayweather down in the second half of the fight?
Well, Mayweather is not used to this kind of action or this kind of pace. Ricky Hatton has done it several times. Mayweather hasn't really had to grind out a performance. Ricky has done that a couple of times.
Looking for the fast punches that damaged De La Hoya in the second half of their contest earlier this year. Good body shot on the inside there twice from Mayweather too.
See, this is another round where the quality shots have come from Mayweather, but there haven't been too many of them. See, Ricky's not finding the target here.
No, but his hustle and his bustle.
He's working, yes, he's working.
Will have some effect. He thinks he's stronger, and I think he thinks he's better conditioned. Some people in the Hatton camp thought at the weigh-in that Mayweather looked a little fleshy. I couldn't see it myself.
I couldn't see. I mean, the fact that he was bang on the 10-stone 7 limit, a good left hook from him, right hand again. See, this is the problem. The quality shots, the cute shots, the eye-catching shots, there he is again, are coming from Mayweather.
He's trying to finish the round strong to take the eyes of the judges, but I don't know. Did Mayweather do enough there? Here's action from the last round, which was the 7th here of this fight, which has had so many talking points already. Great right hand.
That is the problem. The clean shots, the shots that makes everybody go, oh, where did that come from? Well, they're coming from Floyd Mayweather. Lots of pressure from Rick in that round, lots of tactics which prevented Mayweather from working, but not maybe enough scoring punches.
Round 8. He's prepared 14 weeks for this, Ricky Hatton. Trying to be Well, educated pressure. They said, I'm not sure about that. Intelligent pressure. He has walked onto a few. He knew he would have to do that at some point. There's another from that rapier-like right hand of Floyd Mayweather.
Mayweather is finding the room at the beginning of this round. He's got the jab home, he's got the right hand home. There hasn't been an obvious drop in the pace from Ricky, but we have to watch. There more clean punches from Mayweather.
Two good uppercuts from him there. Has done the cleaner work. That was, and there's another shot there. Has to be careful here, Hatton. Two good body shots as well. He starts to unload here. Floyd Mayweather is going through the gears a little. Hatton takes them. Still wants. Oh, he wants to do a huge right hand there. Hatton, and he took it too. His chin stood up. It stood up against you. That was a big one.
Well, we always said, Ian, the big worry would be if Mayweather could stand in front of him and stop him in his tracks, and that's what he's doing in this round. This is pound for pound quality stuff we're seeing from Floyd Mayweather. Unbelievable stuff there.
He's taking control here, but Hatton still only engages forward gears. He doesn't have reverse and gets it with the right hand on those ropes. And Mayweather must be thinking, what have I got to do to tame this tiger?
Those were thunderous punches that Mayweather landed, and as you said, Ian, Ricky come right through them, and he's the one pressing, but again, he's punching shoulders, the back of the head. Just can't get the punches on target.
Well, that's the thing with Mayweather. He's the Minister of Defence, isn't he? You can't breach it, not very easily. Has there been enough jabbing from Hatton to set up his attacks?
Well, it has to get close, Ian, and it's difficult to jab your way close against the classiest operator on the planet. I think he's getting close, so this is the way he has to do it. I don't think he wants to change his tactics.
Really is the brawler against the boxer, isn't it?
He's hot again.
Look at here, he's got him again there with some classy shots, looking for finishing punches. Mayweather, another big right hand. Hatton's in big trouble here. Staring defeat in the face. He's got to throw back here, otherwise Joe Cortez will step in. He does throw back. He needed to, and fast, because the referee was thinking there of stepping in and stopping the fight. Mayweather is in control in a big way now.
Look at the spinner Ricky Hatton showing you. He said he was prepared to come through the pain. Well, he's just proved it once again. But this has been a horrendous round for him, but he's through it.
He's got through it, but he was totally outboxed there and took some huge punches. Really had to dig deep just to stay in the fight there, Ricky Hatton.
It's fine, no problem.
I don't want you taking no serious punishment. I'm here to protect you, man.
Listen, he's okay.
Silly fighting back there, though.
Yeah. Listen.
That's disgraceful referee once again. They're putting the wind up the hand, can't they? They're going to stop the fight. Ricky was fighting back at the end of the round, but look at that. Oh. How is that for precision, power, how to deliver a punch, and how to pick the perfect time in a fight to do it?
Ninth round. Hatton's got work to do here as we move into the last third of the fight, and there's a swagger now about Mayweather, like a man who thinks he's got it under control.
I mean, you wonder if Mayweather has a method of controlling his breathing like yoga people do, because he's fighting at the same pace as Hatton, but he still looks controlled. He's not gasping for air, and whenever it's needed, he can raise the pace again. This man is a wonderful athlete.
Now HBO have Mayweather 1 point up. If that's true, or something like true, this fight is still there to be won and lost.
Again, Ricky not getting the punches home, but catching the jab as he comes forward. I always worried when the pace slowed, would Ricky be picked off? There's the jab from Mayweather again.
Hatton still believes that Mayweather's on his bike, flicking out punches. It's like a tank trying to corner a wasp.
This is a boxing exhibition we're seeing from Mayweather now. He's becoming flash.
Come on, Floyd. Let's go.
Ricky has been caught at arm's length, and that's what we always worried about. If Mayweather can stand and meet him and come out and talk, and that's what he did in the previous round.
Let's go. Get out.
He's walked Onto another right hand, but still he tries to pressure, but you're right, Jim. He's just not landing enough cleanly when he gets into those positions.
See, Mayweather pulls away from punches, so they land in the shoulder, the back of the head. But hopefully the judges like his aggression, and hopefully they're seeing it for Ricky.
It is possible, I suppose. Listen to the chants of there's only one Ricky Hatton. Are there really only 3,900 Brits in this crowd? That's hard to believe. Look, his jab.
Jab.
Knocking the head
Artistry
down.
at the moment. The jab has been artistry.
Just not enough head movement from Hatton.
Ricky started doing it the hard way, Ian, and there's no way he can change that. The energy's gone. He just has to keep charging in, hoping for the best. But the problem is, his power has never troubled Mayweather. Apart from the jab that knocked him back at his heels, there's never been any signs that he can hurt him.
Such a ring general, Mayweather, as well. He's able to think his way through the contest, and now he's got a sort of half smile playing around his lips in there.
I have to say, this is the best. The last couple of rounds is the best I have ever seen Floyd Mayweather. There's the right hand again. This is even better than he looked against Oscar De La Hoya. This
It hurts me to say it, but at the moment Mayweather is outclassing Hatton in there. He's won that round too, and he's beginning to pull away.
What, 2 rounds? You can't let him have any more rounds. There's 2 rounds left. You can't let him have any more. You can't let him have any more, Ricky. Yeah, telling you. Yes.
Well, they look pretty desolate, don't they? Ray and Carol Hatton, his parents. The fans still trying to cheer him on. Maybe they see him coming forward and they think he's winning the fight, but I don't think he is, Jim.
I tell you, Ian, Ricky Hatton and everyone involved can be proud, but I'm worried that maybe we have seen the best of Ricky and we're just moving in to Floyd Mayweather's part of the fight. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that's not the case.
Billy Graham was saying there in the break, you can't afford to lose any more rounds. That's what he told Ricky Hatton. He needs some kind of turning of the tide here, Hatton, now. Couldn't have given it more, though.
Couldn't have given it more. And let's not lose heart just yet, Ian. We've seen judges scoring for aggression in Las Vegas before. Several times we've seen them.
But we did fear that he might walk onto too many tonight, and he's had trouble just coping with Mayweather's hand speed. Heck, nearly everyone who's fought Mayweather's had trouble with that.
Yeah, the problem too, I thought Ricky might have trouble getting close, but he's got close right from the first bell. But doing effective work when you get close, and I tell you, I think the hand...
Oh, he's got him there! And Hatton is laid out on the floor. Only the second time he's ever been down can he get up from that. The count's at 6. His eyes are in orbit a bit. I'm all right, he says. What bravery from Hatton. But maybe the end is close now. Mayweather knows he's got him where he wants him, and Hatton is going to have to hold on, buy time, hope his head clears. Oh, this is the finish, I think, now. Joe Cortez waves the fight off. Ricky Hatton is beaten for the first time in his career, and Floyd Mayweather puts the stamp on his greatness, and the dream dies for Ricky Hatton. Mayweather was just too classy, too good.
Ian, we knew Floyd Mayweather can box, but I think we forgot something else. He can fight when he has to fight. He took the best of Ricky Hatton. Ricky can be proud. We're proud of him. But to the halfway stage, everything was going fine, but he wasn't making any impact or any pressure on Mayweather. Mayweather still looked as fresh as a daisy. For me, Ian, that was the best performance I've ever seen from Floyd Mayweather. Exquisite. I'd love to know, Ian, just how the 3 officials had that. Maybe if they had... And what a disappointment, what a tragedy it would be if they actually had Ricky ahead. I don't think they should have done. But precision punches.
Left hand was the first one, wasn't it?
See, Ricky had to throw caution to the wind. Had to get away. He was told he couldn't afford to lose any more rounds. He goes out, give us everything. And look how it is that for precision. Bang on the chin.
Floyd Mayweather, I think, would have been a top fighter in any era, and I think what you saw there, the way he landed that left hook was...
Look at the energy he still has in store. It's just, I mean, that's like the 4th or the 5th round. As I say, he seems to control the energy that he expends, just keeps himself in front. Sorry to see Ricky go out like this.
Oh dear, it's sad to watch, isn't it? We've covered Ricky Hatton since he was making his debut in Witness, and that is
Ian,
the first defeat.
It wasn't even a punch that actually scored the knockdown. It was the accumulation of the punches that landed beforehand. It wasn't a final punch that knocked him over. He just couldn't keep his feet. His balance was gone.
Listen to the chanting and the songs of the British fans. They're with him in this moment of defeat.
Here at the MGM Grand of Las Vegas, this contest comes to an end at 1 minute, 35 seconds of round number 10. The winner by knockout victory, and still, pound for pound, the best in the world, still welterweight world champion, Pretty Boy Floyd, a.k.a. Money Mayweather.
Well, Floyd Mayweather showed there how good he is. Great sorrow, many tears in the Ricky Hatton's family, but Ricky Hatton is okay after that. Somebody's O had to go, and in the end it was Ricky's.
But Ian, there is no doubt in my mind there were stages in that fight where Floyd Mayweather would have felt he could have been losing this. What a wonderful effort from Ricky Hatton. And the halfway stage, well in it, no one knew what was going to happen, but that's when the class of Mayweather shone through. And as I've used the word before, exquisite.
What was your strategy coming into the fight, knowing that it would be such a grueling, mauling beginning?
First of all, I want to thank God for this victory. I love all the fans that came over from the UK. I love all the American fans. It's truly been a blessing, to be in the sport of boxing. But I just took my time. I fought on the inside, I fought on the outside, and that was our game plan.
Did he make you uncomfortable at all? Because we've never seen you in that situation.
Well, a true champion can adapt to anything. A true champion can adapt to anything. But I want to thank Team Mayweather, Mayweather Promotions, Golden Boy Promotions, Oscar De La Hoya, Richard Schaefer. They've done one hell of a job, and all the fans from the UK, I love you.
Is there anything he did or could do that surprised you at all?
I already knew coming into this fight. That's why I didn't prepare halfway. I pushed myself to the limit. Ricky Hatton is one tough fighter. He's still a champion in my eyes, and I love to see him fight again.
Could you sense late in the fight, in the last couple of rounds, that he was weakening, that he wasn't coming at you quite as hard?
Ricky Hatton is probably one of the toughest competitors that I ever faced. He kept coming. I hit him with some big shots, some big body shots, but he kept coming. And I see why they call him the Hitman.
Well, let's take a look at the knockdowns and the stoppage, and you describe what happened and how the drift of the fight was going.
I step back, it's called the check hook. It's called the check hook. You learn that, you learn that shot from the old legendary trainers in Michigan. It's called the check hook. And he ran right into the shot, came straight ahead.
Did you know that he was unsteady and couldn't survive very much longer?
Well, I just want him to, I'm glad that my opponent, hopefully he fight another day. But he's one hell of a fighter, man. What else can I say? I just went out there and took care of business and done my job.
Did you think early on that the way he was coming and with his passion and determination, that there would come a time in the fight where you could get this kind of ending?
Well, I wanted to show the fans that I still got it. That's why I went through hand therapy, to show them that I can still punch with power, and I still got those exciting fights in me left. Because I think a few fights ago I gave the fans a couple of dub fights, but I wanted to come back with spark and a lot of energy. So that's what we did tonight.
Ricky, it sounds like you haven't lost any of your friends or neighbors or fans tonight.
What a fluke that was. No, I thought I was doing all well. I think I was forcing it, but he's very good at making you miss and slipping and sliding. And, I thought I was in the fight, but he he had a good round, and he was better inside than I thought. He could use his forehands to make room for the shots, and he got me. You know.
Did you feel in the early stages of the fight that you were accomplishing what you wanted to do in making him work hard and being in his chest continually?
I think it was working, but I didn't quite stick to the game plan. I think I was a little bit too gun-ho, so to speak. I think I could have been a little bit more subtle in my approach, but he felt big and strong. I don't think he's the biggest welterweight I've seen, but I felt the difference, you know.
Did you feel that you were just fighting with more emotion than you anticipated?
No, it's just, you know, I knew what the tactics were. I knew what the tactics were to do. I think when we spoke this afternoon and all the guys and we were talking, I think what I was doing totally made sense, but I just wasn't quite good enough to apply it tonight.
When you almost knocked him down early, although it wasn't a big shot, he nearly went down. Did you feel, okay, this is going to go the way I think it should?
No, I expected him to, you know, be the fastest at the early stages of the fight and slow down, but he was very clever, you know, at nicking a breather and fiddling and farting about, you know, and using his arms and elbows to get out of the way. And that's what he did, and then he picked off a couple of shots, and that was that.
So that in the late rounds, when he started to stand his ground and throw some combinations at you, you seemed to be slowing up and giving him just the kind of chance that he seized at the very end. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I think so. I think I was forcing it, you know, and I was doing well, but I think should have been just a little touch more care. I mean, I think it sounds daft this, but he's knocked me out, but I don't think he's the hardest puncher I've fought, but he's very accurate and he makes the right room for his punches, and, you know, and he got me.
Enjoy Sky Sports Live on all screens, on the go, and the best bits on demand.